Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hopefully everybody's doing wonderful on this. What are we on? I am so lost with my days. Today's Thursday. Yes, today's Thursday. I'm off tomorrow. Alhamdulillah. But anyhow, I want to come on because as many have heard, and if you haven't heard, you will hear about it today, about the young lady who was 21 years old. She recently got married and she got murdered by her own husband. She got decapitated by her own husband. I'm not sure what the cause was. I'm not saying that he should have done it, because nothing should lead you to wanting to murder somebody, to take somebody's life away. That is straight demonic. When you get to that point, you have seriously lost yourself. And this is why I stress that how we treat other people will probably make a difference. Who you surround yourself around will make a difference. No, you can't surround yourself around negative people and expect to have a positive life, because it's not going to happen. Eventually, their negativity is going to drain you. It does happen. So remove yourself from that circle. You don't need that type of negativity, that type of drama around your life. I know growing up, many people couldn't be alone. They had to be with a group of people to feel, not sure, welcome, or to feel whatever they wanted to feel. Only they know. But the more I kept growing and understanding that you would get more friends doing things that are not right for you, then you would have more friends hanging out with you to try to do the right thing. Your own family will disown you. Your own family will disown you. So imagine, that's blood. Imagine a friend who you guys are not even related. They're quicker to stab you right in the back. So always keep your eyes open. Don't rush to get married. Don't rush to have a boyfriend or girlfriend. This is what society keeps portraying into being successful. You're successful if you get married. You're successful if you have kids. You're successful if you buy your first house or just a house. Don't let society or others dictate what your happiness should be like. In people's eyes, I'm a straight failure because I'm not married, because I don't have any kids, because I don't own a home. I'm a failure in many people's eyes. But do you think I feel like I'm a failure? Not at all. I feel like I have accomplished so much, doing the total opposite from what we have been conditioned to do. Growing up, I asked plenty of people, why did you stop doing certain things that you wanted to do? You want to know what the answer was? I had my child and I couldn't continue. I took that and I was just like, whoa, you got to protect yourself. So let's take charge of our own life. Don't let anybody dictate you or rush you into getting married or doing something that you're not going to be happy. Do what makes you happy. Just make sure you stay out of trouble and you don't get anybody else in trouble. Make sure if you meet somebody, whether it's a man or a female, make sure you know the ins and out about this person, because you don't know who you are with, especially if you just met them. Many people used to talk about me like, oh, she's always behind her boyfriend. But you know what? I got to know the ins and out of him. I got to know what pisses him off. I got to know his character. And I was aware of many things. And so start taking better care of yourselves. I mean, I say that to myself as well. You know, I've done things in my life where I didn't want to do it, but I felt forced to do it, and I regretted it. You know, I'm left with the only student loan bill behind a course that I didn't even want to take, but I was forced to do it. So all I'm trying to say is, don't feel forced to do anything. If you don't feel it in your heart to do it, don't do it. But always do what's right. Do what's right in your heart. Do what feels right in your heart, in your soul. Because if you do what somebody else wants you to do, or what makes somebody else happy, you're leaving yourself out, and you're the main character in your life. You're the main person. For you to be able to help somebody else out, you have to be in the right state of mind. And I'm not saying don't go ahead and not get married. Don't go ahead, not to have kids. No, you do whatever makes you happy. Exactly what I said. Do what makes you happy. You want to have kids? So be it. Make sure you pick that right person. I mean, even though we're never going to know who's going to be right or what. But unfortunately, if you try to make things work, trust me, you guys will last. Now, if you go by what society says, cut them off, break off, or divorce each other, then you guess what? That's exactly what's going to happen. You have to remove yourself from a lot of what TV shows us on a daily basis. Open up your eyes. My heart aches for this young girl. And people downgrade her because she's an immigrant. She didn't have papers. So what? She's still a human being. I'm an immigrant. I know exactly what it feels like to be looked at like a peasant. To be looked at like you're a nobody. I have my citizenship, but still. People get amazed by belittling other people, other human beings, thinking that's cute. That makes you weak. That makes you look so weak. How are you going to feel right in your right state of mind? How are you going to feel right making fun of somebody else? So please don't rush to having kids, getting married, or if you don't want to do it, don't do it. If you want to do it, so be it. It's your life. You do as you please. Do whatever makes you happy, but don't feel forced to do anything you want to do. And if you don't have kids, you don't get married, and you don't buy a house or whatever you want to call it, it doesn't mean you're a failure. No. Not at all. But guys, I love you. I love you guys for the sake of Allah. Before, it was hard for me to say the word love unless, of course, I say it to my spouse. But friends, family, I never told them I loved them. It never came out of me. I didn't grow up around love. So how was I ever... I know how to show love, but as far as tell people, oh, I love you, it didn't come out of me. It just didn't. I didn't feel comfortable. I felt like I was gonna say something that I really didn't mean because I didn't feel it. And so now I love you all for the sake of Allah. I wish everybody nothing but prosperity, good things to happen in your life. And if you feel like things only go downhill for you, don't look at it as a bad thing. Take it in. It's going to be painful, especially if you're alone. Take it in. It's going to make you stronger. It's going to make you the person that you need to become. And believe me, just because we don't understand it at the moment doesn't mean that we're not going to understand it later on. And we're going to be thankful that we experienced everything we went through, because it allowed us to learn from it. Now make sure you learn from it. Don't become bitter behind what you go through, because if you become bitter, you're going to react a different way. And that's not the route you want to take. That's not the type of behavior you want to walk around with. So, stay safe out there, people. Remember, we have control of our emotions. That's the beauty of being a human being. We can actually control our emotions. Alright, guys. Peace and blessings to you all. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. There is no power and strength except with Allah. Peace and blessings. Adios.